Some of the questions that people ask me are, how much money should I save before quitting my job? Or I'm just bored of my job. Is that a good enough reason to quit? Or maybe will I get bored of the next thing that I try? Or my family and friends just don't really get it, and I think they'll try to discourage me from leaving my job because I have security and comfort here. And those are all really good questions. I think one of the first places to start from is to just know that you will make mistakes. You will make choices that later, with more better knowledge, you'll look back and say, well, maybe I could have done that differently, or maybe I should have waited, or maybe I should have done this and that sooner. And that is completely normal. If you're trying to wait for things to be completely perfect, completely lined up, and to have total clarity around everything, you might just be waiting forever, because making mistakes really is part of the process. That's how people learn. It's like saying to a basketball player, only play basketball if you're gonna get it in the net every single time. But if you miss it once, then you've messed up and you're not good at it anymore. That's not how it works. Making mistakes is part of the learning process. It's how you get better, and it's how you grow, and it's how you do get more clear about what it is that you do want to do. So just be okay with that. If you're going to be pursuing a job that is different than anything that you've done before, and you're going to be your own boss from now on, you have to kind of roll with the punches, because you're not going to have the same exact structure that you had working for someone else's company. And that's the biggest thing that I noticed. If you really think about it, we're so used to having structure in our society. You're raised by your parents in your family home, and you have that as a structure, their rules, and that's kind of what you live by. Then you go into the education system, and that's so structured. You go to this class at this time and follow this curriculum, and it's very, very structured. Then you go work for someone else's company, and they tell you exactly what's expected of you, how much money you're going to earn, and you kind of work within their parameters. And then all of a sudden you have this idea that you want to pursue something totally different. Like you want to be a yoga teacher, in Hawaii, and whatever, selling coconuts on the beach, or I don't know, whatever your passion is. That comes up, and you don't exactly know. There's no roadmap, is what I'm trying to say. So you do have to kind of roll with the punches, go with the flow, and learn as you go. So if that's something that completely terrifies and scares you, and you feel like you wouldn't like that, then that's just something to consider, because you do definitely have to just learn as you go. For me, having that structure and creating that for myself and learning about time management and really making that a priority was really, really important to me, because you quickly realize that, a whole day can go by and you're spending time on something that isn't actually getting you closer to your goals. And that's why I really highly recommend having a big buffer to kind of give you some time to really learn and figure things out for yourself, especially if you're not exactly sure how you're going to be bringing in an income. And for me personally, minimalism really helped me to stretch my money further. I wasn't spending as much money as I previously was, and I had, I guess, more of a buffer because of that, because my monthly expenses were a lot lower. So that's another thing that I can definitely recommend that will help you during your transition to your own career. And I just have to say that it really depends on what you specifically want to leave your job for. Some people have a great business idea and they want to just dive right into it, and they know that it's going to make them money from the beginning, and they're ready to just hustle and work hard and do that. And that's awesome. But a lot of people feel like, especially if you feel like you're pushing against the whole 9-to-5 corporation type lifestyle, and you just want to kind of experience something totally different, then a lot of people want to have that time, maybe it's 6 months or a year, to really try new things and explore and give yourself a chance to really figure out what you're passionate about. And that's great too. But in that situation, having money to fund that time is really important. So I highly recommend saving a buffer for yourself so that you're not completely stressed out about not only where your next month bills are going to come from, but also what are you going to quote unquote do with your life, or what career path are you now going to choose for this next part of your life. So those are just some things to keep in mind as well. So the other thing a lot of people ask me or mention to me is that they're worried about their family and friends judging them or thinking that they're crazy or worrying about them. That's a really big one, because your family and friends just want the best for you. And if they're used to you having your, maybe comfortable life where you've got, a steady paycheck coming in, and from their point of view, they might think, well, everything's great for you. You have a good job. Why would you ever give that up? Why would you ever leave to pursue something different? And that can sound like a valid point, and it might get you to questioning things like, why do I really want to leave? And it's just something to think about. But I think honesty is the best thing. Just if their heart is in the right place and you know that it's just coming from a place of love, then just let them know that this is something that you're really passionate about and you've made your decision, and it's something that you just want their support on, because having the support and the people around you to really uplift you and believe in you really does make a difference. It can be challenging to want to pursue something a little bit different, and not only do you have this challenge in front of you of forging your own path and creating your own business or creating a blog or a YouTube channel or whatever it may be, to have the people around you not believe in you or telling you that you're making a mistake, it wouldn't feel very good. So I highly recommend just trying to surround yourself with as many supportive people as possible, and maybe find a group out there of new entrepreneurs or people who are doing a similar thing to you, or if you're starting a lifestyle business like a vegan blogger or something like that, maybe reach out to other people who are doing a similar thing, just to kind of have that support and to ask any questions that you may have to those people. Now, for me, the boredom question is probably the hardest one to answer, because I've been there myself, and sometimes you just feel stuck in a rut at a job, and it's hard to tell. Like, you don't know if you leave, will you miss it? Or will you get bored with something, the new thing that you start? I don't really know how to answer that question. Sometimes you just have to try things, and that's where I say follow your intuition, follow your instincts. Maybe just take a break from everything for a day and just write in your journal and try to get some ideas of what's really in your heart and what you really want to do. Sometimes maybe it's not your job that's boring you. Maybe it's something else in your life. So maybe you actually do love your job, and finding more exciting things to do, like hobbies or meeting new people and traveling on your days off or on your holidays, maybe that's something that will give you the excitement that you're looking for, and you can keep your current job. This is your life. It really ultimately is up to you, and I just have to say, follow your heart, do what feels right, and take a risk, because just because there's a little bit of fear, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Just because something is unknown and different and challenging doesn't mean that you shouldn't go for it. It might feel exhilarating to go for it if it feels like the right move for you. So I wish you the best on your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up to let me know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.